everybody, I'm Stephanie and I wanted to do a video for y'all on my new chicken coop, which I purchased from Tractor Supply. I ordered it online and then I went and picked it up at the store. It came in two really big boxes. They did fit on the back of my truck. I didn't have to have a trailer, but we did have to bring them home and put them together. So I wanted to do a review on it, and most importantly, I wanted to show the modifications that I did to make this chicken coop more maintenance free for you if you want to have chickens. I've had chickens all my life. I've had all kinds of chicken coops over the years in different places that I've lived. We just built a new house and my husband wanted me to get something small that would match the house here, so this is what we did. So this is what the outside of the box looks like. It's the garden walk-in chicken coop from Tractor Supply. I think I paid $3.99 for it, and it says it will hold 9 to 12 adult chickens. I would not recommend that. I think that's way too many chickens for this size pen. I think this is about a 6 chicken pen that will appropriately fit 6 chickens. If you have chickens and you want laying hens for eggs, what happens is if you get too many hens and you put them into too small of a space, they will start pecking each other. They will pick the weakest one. They will start pecking that chicken and they can make it really sick, or they can even kill that chicken. So it's very important when you get chickens that they're happy and they have enough space where the weaker chickens can have space to get away from the other chickens. So let me just walk a little closer and let me show you how we did this. So we put the chicken pen together. As far as the quality, you'll get a much better quality chicken coop if you go buy the lumber and you build it yourself. But the good thing about this one was it came in a kit, so it had everything that we needed, so we just decided to do that. We had to add some screws, some places different here and there just to sturdy it up a little bit. I also treated this a couple of days ago with Thompson's water seal. I put it in a sprayer and I sprayed the whole thing in and out just to make it hold up a little bit longer. So you've got the little door down here in the front, and most importantly, I want to show you this. When you get a chicken coop, as my husband says, everything loves chicken. So all types of predators will try to get to your chickens. Things will dig under your pen, they'll try to go in the top. Any little hole a predator will get into and will kill all your chickens. So one of the main things that you have to do when you set up your chicken pen is you have to put wire under the bottom, and that's what we've done here. This is, I think that's 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch hardware cloth. I just got that at the local co-op. I cut it in half. I think it was a 36-inch piece, and then I cut it in half, so this is about 18 inches. And what I have done is zip tied it all the way around to the bottom of the cage. The reason you do that is because when a predator comes looking for your chickens, they won't dig way out here. They dig right next to the cage, and when they hit this wire, they will not be able to go underneath and get your chickens. So that's very important that you put wire all the way underneath your chicken pen to keep a predator from being able to dig in. I've set this up here. I put this rubber mat down. This is something that I got at our local Lowe's or Home Depot. I used to have this on my girls' playground set so that when they use their swing, it wouldn't get muddy. So I've moved this here, and so that when I want to change their water, I can just come easily to this little door and change their water. These are little drinkers that I bought online. They're nipple drinkers, and if you don't have a nipple drinker, this is definitely something that you'll want to get because the water always stays clean. You don't have to clean out shavings and poop and all that kind of stuff out of your water, so get a nipple drinker. This is what I've had for the babies. When they get bigger, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bucket system. It'll be a 5-gallon bucket that'll actually sit on the outside of the cage. And it'll have a hose that will come down, and all that will be on the inside of the cage is the little drinker. So it won't take up any space on the inside of the cage. But for now, this is what they've been using, so I just moved this out here. So you want to make sure everything latches. So if you'll move around to the side, I want to show you a couple of modifications that I did to this cage to make it more maintenance free. When this cage came in, it has things in the bottom. It has nest boxes in the back, and it has a bottom to catch, so that when the chickens roost in here at night, their poop all catches right here. So what I did was, I just didn't even install any of that in the bottom. I just left all that out because I don't want to have to clean out a tray once a week or so. So what you're gonna do, this is called the deep litter method. All you do is, you just let the chickens poop, it'll fall into the shavings, and then you just keep adding shavings, and all that will just break down over time. If you ever need to, you can rake the shavings out and put in fresh, but you do not want to have to clean out a tray once a week of poop. It is just something that you don't want to have to do. So since I didn't put the bottom part in this house area, it left this opening exposed because this is where the tray would slide in and out. So all I did was I cut a 3" by 26, I believe, piece of hardware cloth and just stapled that to the outside. You have to cover up every little hole in a chicken pen because things will, you don't even know about, snakes, everything will get into your chicken pen. So just leave, I left this open, they will climb up the steps, they will roost in here, and you won't have to clean up any poop. Now some of you may be wondering, well, what about the nest boxes? Why don't you have those nest boxes in there? This is one error that I think that they make when they're designing this pen, because your roosts are supposed to be high and your nest boxes are supposed to be low. So if your nest boxes are back here, the chickens are going to walk in, and some of them that are less dominant are going to want to roost in the nest. That means poop on your eggs, and that is not something that you want. So I've only got this where they can get in here at night and be safe and roost on these ledges. And then my chickens right now are about 6 weeks old. When they get to be about 5 months is when they're going to start laying eggs. So I've got a couple more months to prepare for the nest boxes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nest box that I buy from Tractor Supply. There's a plastic kind that's easily washable, and I'm going to install it down here in the bottom of the cage somewhere so that the chickens will know, they instinctively know to nest low and roost high. And then that way when you gather your eggs, you'll have a nice clean egg because they'll sleep up here and then nest down there in the nest boxes. So this is how I modified my pen from Tractor Supply, and I'm excited to put my chickens in, and we're going to do that next. So it's moving day for the babies. We have 30 chicks. They're about 3 weeks old now, and most of them are golden comets, and I have a few Bantam Cochins, and the Bantam Cochins will just lay a little small egg, but they're really decorative, cute little chickens, and my daughters wanted them, so that's why we got the Bantam Cochins. But the red comets will lay big brown eggs. They lay at about 5 months old, and they're about a month old now, so we've got about 4 months to wait for our first egg. So we're going to transition the babies. They've been in a guinea pig cage with a light on them, and we're going to transfer them to their big pen cage. I won't keep all of these. I'll pick about 6 that I like the best, and then I'll sell the rest, and that's just something we like to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the chicks up and I'm going to put them into the house, and what that will do is that will teach them that they're supposed to get into the house and go down the ladder. And they're already moving up and down things because I've had a little a limb in their pen. Okay, so this is a golden comet. Come a little closer to me. And you can see now it was a little yellow chick when we got it, and it's starting to get its real feathers now, and it'll be a pretty brownish red colored chicken with some white on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move a little closer, and I'm gonna put the first chick. Here we go. Welcome to your new home, chickie. First one. We don't want him to fly out, so let me keep an eye on him here. Oh. Get a little further in. See, first poop just hit the ground, and I won't have to clean it up. When you catch a chicken, you want to catch it, and you want to be gentle, but you want to be firm. You want to, when you start to catch a chicken, you just want to grab it. If you fool around and you try to catch it like that, you just got to reach out and grab it. That's the way you catch a chicken. And you just got to be gentle with them. When they get a little older, I usually catch them by the feet, and then you catch them and you can hold them upside down. But as babies like this, you want to be tender with them. And all these are little hens. So we'll just gently, no sudden movements, you just want to gently set them on their little, look, they're already happy, they're already cleaning themselves. But you have to make sure that no predators can get in, because as my husband says, everybody loves chicken.